Hello guys, Counterfactual History here, and I'm here with part 5 of All Quiet in the Trenches. And we are back in camp from yet another trench run in the last video. And yeah, we are just picking up where we left off, which is with 2 of our people in the field hospital. Her under officer, I urgently need people to keep Fleckner conscious. We're doing what we can to treat him, but we can't be with him around the clock. If he drifts into unconsciousness at this critical point, we may not be able to bring him back. Current workload. Okay. So yeah, Fleckner's been in and out. He hasn't actually been in the series like under my command for I think a video or 2 now. So we need someone to keep him conscious. I think he might be the best one. Oh, we can send Fleckner's rival to keep him conscious. Knowing him, he'd probably just let him die. And then let's see what the lieutenant has to say. We have a few prisoners of war in our camp that need guarding until they can be moved to a prison. Until then, it will be your responsibility. Okay. Very intolerant. Very intolerant. Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. Oh. You surely remember the pig slaughter of at the beginning of the year, her under officier. After having cheap meat for a while, we are now feeling the consequences. I can only advise you to prepare yourself for smaller meat rations in the near future. Okay. Next supply shipment for at least a month. That's really rough. Offer help? Oh, glad you asked, her under officier. The artillery is using a lot of ammunition these days. Okay, accept, and can we request additional provisions? The storage is slowly emptying, but there's still enough for you to get some extra if you need it. So far, we're okay. We got 2 turns to do unload cart, so we'll wait for that. Thursday. Oop. Saturday, August 7th, 1915. Ackerman had injured his foot while on guard duty. A shot had gone off from his own rifle, which he made no secret of. I visited him in the field hospital. Not gonna just not acknowledge it. I visited him in the field hospital. What happened? Did you shoot your foot on purpose? Don't think he did. He doesn't seem like the type, based off of what I can tell. Get well soon was all I said. Let's actually ask how he is. How are you? I asked him pathetically. Actually try to be a good officer. How are you? I asked him pathetically. It was just a graze. It'll heal quickly, he replied, strangely dejected. Well, I guess we can ask what happened. Unsure, Ackerman looked at me, then nodded slightly and looked away in embarrassment. Okay, so he shot himself in the foot on purpose to get out of the trenches. Which I do believe was, I think, something that actually did happen in World War I, is to get out of the trenches, people would shoot themselves in the foot. Yeah, so officially I'm expected to, report it. I'll just write that it was an unfortunate accident. I don't really think he needs to get in trouble over this. Alright, that was an unfortunate accident. Then we'll have to see what happens. Ackerman let out a sigh of relief. Thank you very much, her under officer, he murmured hoarsely, and I took my leave. In my report I wrote that Ackerman had tripped over a root. I kept my report rather vague. Yeah, I mean, I don't think a root's gonna cause, gunshot holes, but I'll just say I kept the report vague. We'll just say he shot himself in the foot. I don't really think anyone needs details on that. I kept my report rather vague. I didn't have to lie to protect Ackerman, and I hoped I would get away with it, at least this once. Seems like I did. Anyway, morale is slowly growing up. Nausea. I should probably get that checked by some people. grazed leg. Fleckner's pretty good. Oh, hold on. I've been discharged from the field hospital. Okay. Changed to very unpatriotic. Okay. And what is the... Oh. Latrines filled to the brim. Okay. I think he'll probably be the best for that. Let's see. Yeah, he'll be good to unload the carts. Let's look at the field hospital. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna try to get a few more. Currently, the relationship is formal with us, so that's pretty good. Raised leg, nausea, and then we're gonna ask to help out. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll send him to go help. Oh, these villagers are suspect. I keep hearing stories of attacks along the front. Organize some patrols. Okay, we've got 2 turns to do that, so we're gonna hold off. And she's still formal. So, yeah, I think we should be okay. Oh. The officers are dissatisfied with me because by now even the quality of their rations is suffering from the current supply bottlenecks. I have a suggestion how the both of us could help each other through a trade. Are you interested? Okay. If you give me some of your canned meat and have a man move all of it, I'll give you bigger bread rations for your people in return. While this will make your rations more boring, you will end up with significantly more daily rations than before. Sure. Okay, so we'll have to do all that. But in the meantime, we can just do our current turns. But no. Man, I love bread. Bread tastes so good. Alright. Wednesday, August 25th, 1915. Some of my men and I sat together in silence. Fleckner was engrossed in a newspaper. The picture of a steamship in it piqued my interest. What happened there, I asked, nodding my head towards the picture. Oh, it's a clusterfuck, said Fleckner. One of our submarines has sunk the Arabic along with some American civilians. And that's after the whole mess with the Lusitania. So yeah, the Lusitania is the famous passenger liner that the Germans sank. I think it was by the coast of Ireland. And yeah, it had around 100 or so Americans on board. It was, you know, unshockingly very controversial in America. Anyway, Schmidt-Bauer drew in a sharp breath. The Lusitania was loaded with ammunition. Our Navy had warned them in advance and had every right to sink them. Every right, yeah? Fleckner roared. They were civilians and children. Over 100 children, and almost all of them were killed. The naval blockade with the starvation plan has left the Navy no other choice. So yeah, both of them do have good points, you know. Civilians obviously did die on the Lusitania. I think it was around 1,000 total that died. But also, it is true that the Lusitania did in fact have ammunition and stuff in, you know, its cargo area. Because, fun fact, so whenever the Lusitania sank, it was struck with 1 torpedo, and then people report hearing a second explosion. They believe that was the ammo going off. So yeah, both sides do have a point of that technically the Lusitania was a civilian ship, and civilians did die on it, but it was also being used for military purposes, so technically the U-boats had a right to sink it. But anyway, we do need to stop this debate before, you know, something goes wrong. So we are soldiers here. We can't influence what happens out there anyway. The 2 men fell silent. Fleckner turned back to his newspaper. The topic didn't come up again for the rest of the evening. Good. And then as for the other ship they mentioned, the Arabic, I don't know much about it. I've been discharged from the field hospital. I'm ready for duty again. Awesome. Big eater. Alright, let's see. Fleckner, well, Reston, very tolerant. Somewhat intolerant? Very intolerant. Tired. I think he's probably good for that. Let's send this guy there. Oh yeah, I forgot. He, you know, I accidentally worked him half to death in the trenches. Whoops. Oh. We'll soon be relieving our comrades in the trenches, her under officer. Make sure your people are ready when the time comes. Is there anything else? Okay, guard duty. Yep. It'll be these two. Okay. Oh, okay, so he has lice. Get him treated. Ooh. We can actually switch this guy over to here. Just so that way we don't disappoint the commander, and also, you know, we get to do the trade provisions. That is a bit of an issue. What do the lice do? Increases chances of disease and increases lice. Okay, we'll have to wait. We'll trade provisions in the meantime. There. Okay. Let's just get that all set up. Nope, I've never had this one. Wednesday, August 25th, 1915. After my deal with the Feld intendant, Zielinski could only give out extremely small portions of meat. While the rations were being distributed, some of the men grumbled discontentedly about the situation. I explained a trade I made to them. I ignored their discontent. I blamed the dire supply situation on the Feld intendant. We're not going to blame him. He's working with what he has. I'll explain the trade. I explained the trade I made to them. Less meat for us in exchange for more other rations that would nourish us longer. The men were upset about my decision. It seemed they would have judged the supply situation differently than I had. Well, that is unfortunate. But I think I made the objectively correct choice. Friday, September 3rd, 1915. Once again, letters and cards had arrived. Schmidt-Bauer seemed dissatisfied. He came to me and said, unprompted, "All jammer brief. Her under officer. The women back home should have our backs." Okay, so those were apparently just negative German letters. We can either defend the women, but I don't think he'll listen. Not thoughtfully, or let's just remind him of, you know, the strength of the women at home. Who do you think is at home in the gunpowder factories? The women not only back us up, they guarantee our supplies. That was apparently the wrong thing to say. Schmidt-Bauer gave me an almost disgusted look. Women do not belong in factories, Herr Unteroffizier, he said. Their place is at the hearth, in church, and at their husband's side. And who do you think, and who will produce our ammunition then? I probably shouldn't be engaging in this argument, but I'm going to anyway. I retorted challengingly. What's more important to you? Traditional roles or a chance to win this war? You can't have it both ways. I left him searching for words unsuccessfully in his perplexed indignation for a few moments, and then concluded, I thought so. He stared at me defiantly, but then gave a stiff salute before hastily stomping off. Well, that wasn't ideal. Saturday, September 4th, 1915. More and more often we heard rumors that the use of chlorine gas would now also be tested in our section of the front. Of course, we had all heard about the Battle of Ypres and the resounding success of the gas. Today, gas masks have been distributed to all troops. They said it was a trial run, just a precaution to protect the soldiers. Nevertheless, it fueled our suspicion that there might be some truth to the rumors after all. Right away, Cumberbund accidentally put the mask on backwards, which caused great amusement among the others. I don't even know how you'd manage that. It has eye holes on one side and a nothing on the other. Okay. A few others then deliberately put theirs on backwards too. The large insect-like lenses tended to fog up immediately, so the men staggered around the camp with their masks on, looking like something out of a cabinet of curiosities. Yeah, so the Battle of Ypres is, I believe, the first battle where the poison gas was used, and it's kind of interesting because the Germans basically deployed it, and the French obviously were caught off guard. They didn't have their gas mask because I don't think they had any way of prepare for this new weapon. So they pulled out of their trench, and then the gas just sat in the trench, and the Germans also weren't really prepared to take advantage of that. So they basically just gassed out a trench, and then the gas faded, and the French just came right back. It's a very weird battle. Yeah. First large-scale use of chlorine gas by German troops that took place on the 22nd of April. Attack resulted in several thousand deaths. Over 1,000 soldiers died in the first attack alone. But, yeah. Anyway, poison gas in World War I was nasty stuff. So, I'm not thrilled that they're just messing around. Because, yeah, that stuff, like, melts your organs. You'd be hacking up lungs. It could make you go blind permanently. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm uneased by all that. Wait. Field laundry can't keep up with the demand. To relieve them, your unit will be responsible for keeping their uniforms clean by themselves. Remember that Army standards are to be upheld nonetheless. Her under officer. Laundry duty. Who has lice? Oh, we might want to try and treat him for lice. Actually. There. Alright, let's see. Let's have Fleckner do the laundry. Also, I apparently still have double rations on. Standard rations. There we go. That'll last us a little bit longer. Who else wants to talk? After all this time out here, sometimes you suddenly realize that you have actually improved. I feel like I'm learning something new after all. Good for you. Alright. I think this should be good. Oh, and we're going to the trenches afterwards. Nope. Have your people ready. It's back to the trenches. Here's your collection. Wow, we are just really low on supplies. Alright. Back to the trenches then, I guess. Oh, it's back to the old trench. Or, well, not the old trench. This is the trench we were at, I believe. I think. Maybe. What trench are we at, actually? I don't remember seeing this one. Alright, let's see. Another communication trench collapsed. Okay. So I do like the fact that they kind of betrayed just the repetitive nature of trench warfare. Like, you just kind of go about fixing the trenches and conditions are horrible. There's just artillery sporadically. Like, I like how they actually portray trench warfare. Well. We should be okay, I believe. So, defensive positions there. We also probably want barbed wire. So, right here there should be some barbed wire. That should do it, I think. I want to keep building up these trenches just in case. Her under officer, I carried out your order but was wounded in the process. I think I can go on, but I'd like to ask you to go easy on me these next days. Broken rib? Yeah, no, you're not staying here. You're going to the field hospital. Yeah. I don't trust that. I don't want anyone dying. Ackerman? Okay, so we need food. That's A-okay. We can go grab food. There we go. We'll have them both rest. Or actually, no, we can. There we go. I think this should work okay. And are there any defenses that we actually need? I don't recall. We might want to rebuild some placement, I guess. Might be good. And then over here, the only... Yeah. Okay, so there's a couple of defensive positions we can make, but we got time. There we go. You know, I swear I used to have more men. Oh, okay. Our supplies were buried under rubble by an explosion. We were hardly able to save anything that was still edible. Is there anything else? You probably heard it, her under officer, but we just had a little shootout. I don't know who started, but both sides seemed eager to shoot at each other indiscriminately. I managed to at least convince our group to stop that nonsense. Yeah, considering you probably weren't hitting anything. And the French have been busier than usual lately. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay. Fleckner, very cautious. He's gonna go do that. We have rations and ammo. The shootout combined with French movements does make me wonder if we should be preparing for the worst. And then that'll do. Yeah. So we'll get more defenses set up. Nope. Our defense was damaged by the enemy artillery hail. The Frenchmen will certainly exploit the gap in our trench in their next attack. Okay. So we'll have to go fix that. Fleckner? I didn't see anything out of the ordinary during recon, her under officer. Hopefully that's a good sign. Hopefully. And we're running out of stuff to eat as well. Bad mood. Bad mood, high prestige. Nope. We need more space for okay, so we need more bunkers. Wow, they're all really demoralized. Oh wait, no, he's exhausted. Exhausted. He's not exhausted, so they're gonna have to do that. Let's see, what are the defenses that collapsed? Not really seeing anything too major. We will want to build that at some point. Yeah, we'll need to rebuild that too. But that can wait. Let's see. He needs to recover into camp. And so does he. Alright. Nope, okay. We hardly have anything left to eat. We're running low on ammo as well. Oh gosh. This is definitely not good, because we have a lot we need to do, because we need to build that back up. So that way we can hold any attack. At the same time, Yeah, we need these two to get out there. He does not like... Well, actually, no, he's respectful. Alright. Enforce obedience. Yeah, they're not going to be in a good mood over this, but we need those rations and ammo. Okay. French have been busier than usual lately. I've got a bad feeling about this. It's not important enough to risk going out in this artillery. Is there any way to repair this now? No, we need 3. Yeah. We'll just let them shelter in place for now. Keep being held up in the bunkers. Alright. Rest in, ready for orders. He just does not rest much. Rest in, ready for orders. Running low on ammo. Still. Alright. So, you're gonna go fetch the ammo. And we'll have these 3 rebuild the emplacement. Oh, another communication trench. That can wait for a little bit. We'll be good. Alright. Let's see here. Demoralized. Recover in the camp. Recover in the camp. And we'll just wait here a little bit longer. Oh, your group is on night watch. Make sure your men don't fall asleep. Okay, that'll have to do. I don't know how sustainable this is, because like we're just funneling troops around from, you know, the camp back and all that. Anyway, I just remembered who we were leaving behind. I thought I had more people. Forgot about Lotzi. Oops. Okay. They say the war will be over by Christmas, just like they did in the first year. Okay. Enemy plane was shot down by one of our own and went down behind our lines. However, the pilot was not found in the wreckage and must be on the run. Send out a patrol as quickly as possible to capture him. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to do this, even if they somehow miss him. I think he's attentive, though. Yeah. So, hopefully that'll go okay. Because I want to capture the French pilot. Did we get him? Didn't find the enemy pilot. Okay. We're running out of food as well. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna need food. I don't know if we're gonna be able to maintain the trenches. We have 1 turn to do that. Oh, and we need my night watch. Okay. Another group caught the fugitive pilot. That daredevil really tried to sneak through our trenches at night. Even without his airy steed, he is still so brave and daring. Admirable. Truly a knight in flying armor that many of our ordinary soldiers and Unteroffizier could take as an example. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, we'll do night watch. I don't think we're going to be able to maintain the trench. Sure, the lieutenant will be thrilled about that. There's a French raid this morning. A grenade hit our ammo storage. Now a lot of our bullets are deformed and unusable. Okay. Reporting back from camp. Rest and ready for orders. We're running low on ammo. Okay. We're running out of food to eat. And then you're slacking off, her under officer. Don't disappoint me. Is there anything else? Oh, okay, they want us to go cut through the trench. Okay, so we're an average prestige. Wow, we were at high prestige before. And we're going to just let this guy rest in reserve for now. While we go get supplies. Okay. Let's see here. I want to send him off to go take a break, but I know it will only get one. So it's like kind of a waste to use it on him. This guy, he recovers pretty well. Let's see. I know these two don't get along well, but let's see if it works. We're gonna send him to recover. Another communication trench. Okay. There's no way we can do that as well. Okay. Average prestige. That ain't good. Pack your things. We were relieved. We're going back to camp. Oh, cool. Yeah, that was kind of unmanageable. Yikes. Alright, well, since we just got back from the trenches, I'm going to end the video here. So if you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe. If you didn't, comment down below you know better. And I will see you guys in the next video.